Hampden Bridge in Kangaroo Valley appears almost like a mirage in the forest, a medieval gateway to a lost kingdom perhaps. But you can find it just 2 hours south of Sydney in the heart of beautiful Kangaroo Valley, Australia. Hampden Bridge tells a story of hope and respect. Back in the 1890s, the government of New South Wales had the ambition to improve the link between the Southern Highlands and South Coast. But rather than build a simple, cost-conscious bridge, they chose to make an architectural statement out here in rural Australia. They obviously took great pride in the colony's newfound prosperity and hoped to demonstrate this to generations to come. Stonemasons shaped local sandstone into these medieval-style towers. Local hardwood, sawn and finished, was used to span over 70 metres. And strong steel cables were sent from England. Today, Hampden Bridge is Australia's last surviving wooden suspension bridge from the Victorian era, and some argue it's possibly Australia's finest bridge.
In the 1890s, it was a very grand period of time. I know they could have built a cheaper sort of bridge, couldn't they? But instead, they built something really nice, which should be there for a long, long time.
Originally, Hampden Bridge was built for local horses, carts and steam tractors. It also carried the Cobb & Co coaches. Today it carries holidaymakers from all around Australia. It also carries milk and local produce bound for Sydney and links the two halves of the Kangaroo Valley community.
It's a link both from one side of the valley to the other. It's a link from the past to the present. And the fact that it's been rehabilitated now for another 100 years, it links us to the future.
Built in 1898 when there was very little traffic, the suspension bridge offered a single lane.
A second lane isn't necessary. Good chance to slow people down.
Today, this same single lane crossing encourages a polite traffic control system, which ends with a wave of thanks.
Well, when I see it, I feel that I'm home. But I also know that I'm looking at one of those marvellous pieces of Victorian design still in existence. It was designed by Ernest de Burgh, one of our most prominent New South Wales bridge designers, and the bridge exemplifies the pride that Australians in the Victorian era placed in their public works.
In 2010, the bridge was suffering from timber fatigue. Instead of simply replacing the timbers with modern, more convenient technologies, or even creating a two-lane crossing, all agreed that restoration and conservation of this beautiful bridge was the right choice.
Well, I think it's really beautiful and I feel very proud of it. And I think it's very important to our town, not just as a tourist attraction, but it's symbolic of a lot of things about our history and our future, really.
In 2011, the Road and Traffic Authority invested almost $4.8 million to restore the Hampden Bridge to its former glory. The timber decking was faithfully replaced with a fine new wooden structure identical to the original, a process that required traditional carpentry skills. Work was done at night so that the visitors and community could still be linked during the day. This made work dangerous and was not helped by the cold winter nights. During the restoration, a night tour gave locals a glimpse of the RTA's conservation commitment.
Hampden Bridge looks fantastic. It's just been upgraded. The community are all happy to have it open. It's a very key part of our village.
When restoration was completed, locals and the RTA celebrated with a bridge party. Today, Hampden Bridge is heritage listed. It is more than simply a crossing. It is a much-loved gateway to enchanting Kangaroo Valley.
Hampden Bridge will still be here, standing in 100 years. So thank you, men. Our bridge is new again. It's repaired with care. That's why it takes so